What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Phil from Walmart Ride Lane Trucking coming at you. It is Saturday night. Yeah, end of daylight savings as we know it for this year. Hey, that's going to be fun to get an extra hour sleep. I don't know how I'm going to set my alarm. I haven't really had to do that too much while I'm on the road, so I'll have to play around and see what time I have to wake up in the morning. But hey, I had a good day. I had a pretty groovy day, man. Hey, yeah, man. I left you last night. I was overnighting in where? Eugene, Oregon. That's right. And I wish I was telling you I was coming live from Nevada, but I didn't make it. So I got up in the morning, and I had already delivered to that store in Eugene last night. Thank you, Eugene, for unloading me last night and getting me ready and primed for the morning. So I got on the road and went to Cottage Grove, Oregon, and that's heading south on I-5. Got down there. Unloaded their 12. They unloaded their 12 pallets, closed the door, and off to Roseburg, Oregon I went. Got there 6 pallets. I'm going to say 6 because it was supposed to be 7, but it looked like they stacked the paper towels on top of the water, trying to pull one over on the old Phil. So I was able to locate it on a double stack pallet. That way I knew they were good. And you see me doing this a lot last night and then tonight. I don't know, I strained something in my, not at work, but strained something in my upper back shoulder blade area. Had something like this happen when I was in high school during wrestling, and it just takes a while to go away. And it's been bothering me, and it just won't go away. So hopefully it'll go away soon. I got 3 days to rest it, but I got work to do at home. I don't know. Anyway, so I got to Roseburg, unloaded that, and then the dispatch called for me to empty to Red Bluff. So off I went. And there was this one truck, and him and I were playing hopscotch from, I think even from Cottage Grove. And he works for a company called Lund, L-U-N-D. And he must have stopped for his half an hour break, because I'm telling you, I know I saw him before I delivered to Roseburg. And then I caught up to him, or he caught up to me on the way after I left Roseburg. So he must have had to stop too. And so then we were playing hopscotch. Basically, he's going a little bit faster, and then we'd get a hill, and I'm empty, so I was able to pass him on the hill, and then he would come down the hill, and he'd pass me, and we were playing hopscotch back and forth. So if it was kind of hilarious, and we did that all the way to Medford. I had him for a while. I had him good for a while, because we went up some hills before Medford, and I didn't see him back there at all. He got slowed down on the hills, and I was just trucking along, just going up there empty, right? And next thing I know, I look in my mirror, and I'm like rolling down the hill towards Medford, Oregon, and I look in my mirror, and sure enough, there he is. He's coming down the hill, and he's barreling down the hill. And he caught up to me, and I was going to catch him again, probably on the next set of hills, but I elected to stop off at the rest area just before going back up the hills again on the outside, the south side of Medford. And the reason I stopped was because my ETD was scheduled out of Red Bluff for 1930 hours, or 7:30 p.m. for you folks that don't know how to do military time, or the 24-hour clock, however you want to call it. So I wanted to update that because I was looking at the time going, you know what, I'm making better time than I thought with this empty. So let me update this. So I was going to stop real quick, use the facilities there at the rest area, and then update the ETD and get back on road. Well, you know me, I'm normally not one to stop and socialize, but I parked at the rest stop, and there was this gentleman, and him and I started talking, another trucker. He was flatbedding, and his strap was just dangling, like, you know, it kind of come loose. It was the extra part of the strap, and he came around, and I'm like, hey, you gonna tighten that up? And he's like, yeah, it just keeps coming loose. I go, yeah, well, it's pretty much flopping in the wind there, so you might want to tighten that up. So him and I talked for a while. Good guy, nice guy, and I told him about the benefits of working for Walmart, and you know, he ought to look into it. So we'll see. Now the other thing, so I got going. I changed the ETD for 7 o'clock. But I was telling him, I'm like, hey, I haven't got my dispatch yet. I'll get a dispatch on the way or when I get to Red Bluff. But I got back in the tractor, and there was a dispatch given to me, and then just like, it was like poof, 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 poof. They pulled it right out. I don't know why they gave it to me and then pulled it right out. I would have got it. I would have had that load. It was going to, I think it said Fallon, Nevada or something like that. Yeah, it was like Fallon, Nevada or something. I'm not sure exactly where it was. But they gave it to me and then pulled it right out. It was kind of weird. Let's see, Roseburg, no. Yeah, Fallon, Nevada. Red Bluff to Fallon, Nevada, and that would have been 316 miles out of Red Bluff. I was all down for it, and then, nope, sorry. So I got on road from Medford and went to Red Bluff. Still no dispatch all the way there. Even after I got there, still no dispatch. And I parked, I fueled, I parked, I went in. There was another driver there. He said he'd been waiting for a while for a dispatch. There's some carriers in there waiting for their dispatch. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. If he's waiting for a while, how long am I going to have to sit and wait? I can't wait. I've got to go. I still got 4.5 hours of drive time left. I want to get out of there and get on the road. Because by the time I got to Red Bluff, I had 360, let's call it 360, maybe 365. And I wanted to get going. I wanted to get as far as I could. I had 4.5 hours. I wanted to go. And my 14, I still had like 5 something. So I could have drove for at least 4.5 hours. And so I checked in. She said, yeah, we'll send a message to the Rock. I went out to my truck, still nothing. I tried calling the Rock. Got, put on the queue. Never came to the phone. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on there tonight, but it took a while to get a dispatch. So I walked back in. I'm like, hey, I haven't got a dispatch yet. What's going on? And she's like, yeah, they're really super busy right now. Like, yeah, and give me a dispatch. And don't you have loads? Let me get out of here. And right as we're standing there, I finally got a look. So my load is going to Nevada. Not the same store, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. And so I got the paperwork and I got the heck out of there as quickly as I possibly could. Unfortunately, my 14 caught up with my my 4.5, and they were neck and neck. They were neck and neck, right? So the 14 won out, and instead of having 4.5, I came up with like 4 and some change, 4 1/4. So I'm like, all right, I'll just keep going. And I got on road, and I plugged in. She's like, oh yeah, you got a Reno. So I'm like, cool. So I plugged in the store locator number and into the Navigo, and I proceeded out the gate just like I normally do. I hang a right on Old 99 and head down to Guile and make the other right. But as I'm going down Old 99, I notice the Navigo wants to reroute me. Yeah, I took a wrong turn. I was supposed to go the other direction, according to Navigo. Here I go again, and not listening to it, and the store they gave me was this store called in Steed, Nevada. Stead, like a horse, a steed. Steed, Nevada. And so I'm going and it's saying rerouting me, and I'm like, so I pull up the step-by-step word, and it's trying to route me up I-5, then get off, then come back down 99, then take 144 to California 70, and I'm like, where the hell am I going? What store am I going to? And I didn't look at it. I really didn't. She said Reno, off I went the way I know. And so I had to pull over. Well, there's no spot really on Old 99 for a big truck to pull over. It's 2 lanes, and there's houses and culverts and ditches, and you just can't pull over. Even after you turn on the Guile, there's really no space to pull over. So I had to go all the way down to I-5, and I figured, okay, I'll go across the overpass, I'll turn left like I'm going to get on I-5, and then pull off to the side, and then do some investigating. And I'm like, dude, I could go this way. Why are they going to route me 99 to 149 to 70? I could go the way I'm going. It's the normal way. What happened with why did they change it up or something? I don't know why it got changed, but it wanted to route me a totally different way than what I wanted to go. So I didn't go that way. I took I-5 to I-80, and off I went. So I'm in Nyack. So Eugene, Oregon to Nyack, California in one day. Not bad, not bad. Gave me 560, 560 even. 560 even is what I got for today. God, I so wanted to go to Boomtown. Not that I wanted to go gamble or do anything. I wanted to get that extra mileage, because if I would have got to Boomtown tonight, that would have been another 55 miles, and that would have gave me 605, 610 miles for the day. And I was tempted. I was so tempted. I've got a load on me, and coming up the grade to get to Nyack alone, I was down to 37 or so. The grade, believe it or not, the grade from here to the summit is not, I don't think is as bad as the grade coming up here. I'm not going to say I won't get slowed down, but it's not as bad. It's still long, but anyway, with only an hour and like 6 minutes, I think it was, hour and 6 on my clock, and 55 miles to go, I opted to go, you know what, that extra 45 miles is not worth it. I'm not going to do it. It had been raining. Looked at the forecast. It looked like it was supposed to snow around 9 o'clock, like a snow mix. So, and the temperatures were really low. So I decided not to. I decided to stay in Nyack. So that's where I'm at tonight. Not bad. Like I said, 560 miles. Those are weekend miles, guys. Those are weekend miles. So I get the extra premium for working the weekend mileage. Plus, I delivered to 2 stores. So that was 2 stops, because the first store in Eugene got the arrive and the live unload. So two stops, 2 live unloads, an arrive drop, and a hook. So 6 items, and then the layover, the 2 meals, and then 560 miles. So that put me, I think it was $443 for the day. Not bad. I'll take a $443 day. Let me get some more of those. So my day yesterday, I didn't get to see how much I made, but it's probably close to that. And when I say I couldn't see it, is because yesterday or Friday night is at last Friday, yesterday was the end of our payroll, and they purged the time cards at 10 o'clock, she said. 10 o'clock. Like we don't have drivers that work past 10. I don't get it. But, yeah, they purged the time cards. So you can't see them, because they got to do payroll. They used to do it like Saturday morning, but now they're purging them on Friday. So I did talk to HR this morning. I did confirm that all of my activity was on there and all my mileage was on there. So what I failed to ask is what I earned for the day. Now I could figure that out on my own, and I just haven't done it based on what I get paid per mile, which was 580 miles, and then the layover, the 2 meals, and the 6 activities that I did. So I could figure it out, and I know it was over $400. So pretty good deal. And I told the young lady in Red Bluff to put a special note into the Rock for me. Hopefully, you know, somebody reads it. I said, don't be sending me home early on tomorrow. Tomorrow is another weekend mileage day. I need to get the weekend mileage. So I like to work all the way up until the end. And if you remember last Sunday Fun Day, I was hopping back and forth between 4 stores in Reno. So we'll see what they do for me this week. And I've got my ETD set for 11:30, I think it is, with 9.5 on my drive, and well over on my 16, or my, I think I got like 16 hours on my 70 after I get this load delivered and over to delivered and then dropped and then get to McCarran. So no excuse to give me some work for tomorrow. I got 9.5 hours, so put me to work. Put me in, Captain. All right. Hey, what I want to talk about today is, you saw the title. Hopefully you saw the title. You clicked on it. You're like, hey, what is he talking about? No, I did not take the wrong off-ramp. But I was driving, and it got me to thinking, because I was looking at off-ramps. You ever go, and did you ever get off at the wrong off-ramp and then go, how the heck do I get back on? Right. Some of these off-ramps don't have an on-ramp to come back. And so you got to really think about the off-ramps before you take them, unless you know that's the off-ramp you need. Because some of the off-ramps do not have another on-ramp going back in the same direction that you just came from. So if you took it by accident, you're kind of SOL. One thing I noticed, like on I-84 in Oregon, that runs along the Columbia River Gorge there, there's an exit that it tells you before you come off that there's no return to go eastbound. So if you get off, you're turning around going westbound for a while before you can turn back around and come back. And so, I know you guys that have been trucking for a long time, that's common sense to you guys. I'm sure it is. And meaning you've experienced, or you have enough experience to know not to just take blindly some of these off-ramps. Otherwise, you've either learned on your own, or somebody really taught you well, or somebody's talked to you and said, hey, be careful, watch the off-ramps, right? So I said common sense. Isn't that where common sense comes from? Experience, right? This is my soapbox moment. Common sense is a collective of your experiences. And remember, each of us have different experiences. What somebody experiences on the East Coast is not what we experience on the West Coast. What somebody experiences in SoCal is not what people experience in NorCal. So it's not the same. So be careful when you use the term common sense. It's not, I hate that term. He doesn't have the experience, or he hasn't been taught. But to say somebody doesn't have the common sense, just because it's common to you, does not mean it's common to everybody in the world. Especially people that are coming over from a different country. It's not common to them. And if you went to their country, it wouldn't be common to you what they do. You expect them to say, oh, he doesn't have any common sense. He's kind of loose in the head there. So be respectful. Try to educate. So that's my soapbox moment for today. Safety tip, more of a driving tip, I guess, right? And then just hey, let's be nice to each other and not try to say, somebody doesn't have common sense. They just don't have the experience you do. Anyway, this is Phil from Walmart Right Lane Trucking. Again, hey, come on aboard. Join the team. I put a shout out to Chris last night. Michael, hey, congratulations, buddy. Welcome aboard. He just passed his onboarding as well. He sent me a message on here. I want to think, and I sent him a message back tonight, I think they were in the same class, because what Chris told me as far as numbers go is the same that Mike told me that were in his, and what passed were identical as well. So he's going to, I think he said Alabama. So congratulations, And again, Michael, same thing goes to you as I said to Chris. I know you're going to have your CDTs and you have your mentors there, but if you have a question, you want to just reach out, you want to vent, this is a resource for you to vent it to me, and I'll just listen. Good ear. All right, dude. Good luck. Be safe. And for the rest of you, talk to you later.